And this is New Day with Ashley. If you're looking for inspiration to make a difference and create lasting impact, then you're in the right place. Get ready to be encouraged by the stories of my guests who have taken risks, overcome challenges, and created opportunities. It's time to make the most of your new day. My guest today is making people happy one donut at a time. Jeff Ostlund is the third-generation CEO and Chief Donut Officer of Sandy's Donuts. What started out as his grandfather's dream after losing his job is now a successful business with over 100 employees and 3 locations. Sandy's Donuts proudly provides 10,000 plus fresh, homemade donuts daily, making this dream of Sandy's a sweet success.
I mean, my grandpa started Sandy's in 1983, so I've been with the business my whole life. Didn't always work there, but after I graduated college, I kind of been full-time since then.
Okay. So, yeah, your grandpa was Sandy.
Yep.
And did you grow up then? Like, I mean, I can't imagine, like, if your grandpa was Sandy, like, did you guys make donuts at home together?
I don't think no, not really at all. I didn't make donuts until I started working there a little bit.
Okay. But you knew. Yeah.
Ate
obviously.
them,
Yeah.
I was in the kitchen in the back. I'd see how it was done. I just didn't.
You didn't really do it.
No. Especially when you're really little. I mean, there's like, it's kind of dangerous. Equipment and the hot oil. And
yeah, I suppose you can look, you can taste test.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you get to do that?
Testing,
yeah. But when you were 13, you kind of started?
Yeah.
Okay. So what did you get to do then?
Originally, I was literally just folded boxes. So I'd prep all the boxes that they'd use to put the donuts in.
Okay.
They're flat boxes. You'd crease them, then you'd fold them halfway, and then put them under the counter. And then when they were ready, they'd grab them, they'd fold the rest, and then put the donuts in.
Okay.
So my hands were like full of paper cuts, and it was a horrible job. Getting $5.15 an hour, and then graduated from that I still did that some, but then I was a cleaner basically for most of the time in high school, and then started making donuts at the end of high school.
Okay.
And stuff.
And then you went into the military.
Yep. And then graduated high school in 2010.
Okay.
And then went off to the Marine Corps.
Okay. And so you were gone, was it 4 years then?
4 years, yep.
Okay. Was that Pendleton?
I went to boot camp San Diego / Camp Pendleton, and I was stationed in 29 Palms, California.
Okay.
It's not nearly as nice as it sounds. It's in the middle of the desert. It's not a nice place.
Yeah, I'm like Oceanside, or that area that's nice.
I was stationed there.
Yeah.
And I was deployed a couple times as well.
Okay. And then you came back, went to college.
Yep.
NDSU?
Yeah, I started at M State and then did 2 years there, and then finished with a bachelor's in business management at NDSU and a minor in entrepreneurship.
Okay. So when you were taking those classes, like what was, where was your mind? Were you thinking like, I want to start something? Or
when I first got out, ever since a kid, everyone's like, "Oh, you're gonna take over Sandy's." I'm like, "No, I'm not." Like, I wasn't gonna do what everyone told me to do. Like, "No, you have to." It's like, "No, I don't." Like, I'm not. I didn't want to be like, that's my end all be all. Like, I was like,
sure.
I'm a capable person. I can do what I want to do.
Sure.
So I'm not gonna let someone decide that for me.
Yeah.
My dad wasn't forcing that on me either. He's like, "Do what you want," and I didn't want to do that. And then took some law enforcement classes, took a few other classes. Wasn't really sure. Business was really what interested me, and then after about a year of college, I was like, okay, everything I was doing at college, I would think of it with Sandy's.
Okay.
So we do certain things and be like, well, that's not relevant. That's stupid. Sometimes school is more like you're going to be a manager at some big corporation, and it's so much different than what I'm all the stuff I was doing.
Yeah.
Picturing our business. So
sure.
It was good in a lot of ways, but also sometimes it didn't transfer over to the homework.
Oh, okay, sure. So you kind of then already saw yourself because when did your dad take over?
Officially when my grandpa died in 2008, but he had already been running it for probably 4 or 5 years before then.
Yeah.
My grandpa was still involved, but he'd sleep in the office and drink coffee with the customers. He'd do a few other things. He'd make donuts some still till the end. But
okay. Yeah.
He was the mastermind behind the donuts. My dad was the business side.
Okay.
I think I've seen my dad make donuts a handful of times in his life.
Really? So. Okay. So he leaves that up to the others now. But the recipes have been passed on and everything. And you guys are always creating new things, which is really cool. Do you get to have some parts of that?
Yeah. One of the new ones I just created was the pumpkin pie fried cinnamon.
Okay. Yeah.
It's pretty fun. Really good.
Yeah.
Just a seasonal one, but
right. That's fun.
You do a lot of taste testing, which sounds better than it is, honestly. The first couple bites, like, oh, this is fun. Then it's like, okay.
Yeah. That's a lot of donuts today. Yeah.
It's every kid's dream job.
I was going to say, yeah, I don't really feel bad.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like an awful thing.
No,
but
it could be worse.
So was it a risk for you stepping into this new position then? Or?
I mean, I think so. I mean, it's a very stressful job. And I got, 2 kids under 2 at home.
Right.
I just had a baby a month ago. 6 weeks ago.
Yeah,
so,
congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's definitely a risk. It's a big time commitment. It has to be priority in my life, along with my kids and wife too. So it's kind of hard to juggle that, and I'm still trying to learn the whole work-life balance thing.
I think that takes years.
Yeah. So it's definitely
so no
been
pressure.
a challenge.
Sure. Yeah, I would say mainly a challenge. Any other challenges? Because what was the position before this? Because I'm guessing you were getting groomed to do this.
Yeah. So
over
I
the
was
years.
Technically facilities manager for a little while I was in college. I'd manage the buildings, the property, equipment. I'd fix it or order new stuff, or if it was above my knowledge, I would YouTube most of it and learn it on the job. But eventually if it was too much, or if it needed to be done right away and it was something advanced, I would call someone to come fix it.
Sure.
And then I became production manager to make all the donuts. So I did that for a year, I think. And then we had a new production manager took over, and I kind of still was involved with that quite a bit. But after that, I kind of was like, okay, I'm literally just being groomed, I guess, at that point. It's like, okay,
sure,
I'm still going to take care of the facilities a little bit, and I'm going to start learning a bunch of new stuff and doing literally every other job that needs to be done, I guess.
Yeah. Now, has your dad stepped away then, or is he still?
He's still involved, but I mean,
he lets you do your thing.
No, he's not nearly as much as he used to be.
Okay. Yeah. Which is good, probably. Yeah. And good to give you your time to step into your role and figure that out. Yeah. So any big challenges in any of the positions that you've had? You can go back from when you were cleaning.
Looking back then, I mean, that was pretty easy. I just do your job and go home when you're done. I mean,
so the challenges get a little bit bigger as the position.
As facilities manager, life was pretty good then. It was before COVID. Parts were easy to get. Okay. Help was easy to get. I mean, I love that job. It was just literally just me. I wasn't in charge of anyone. I just fix stuff and get it fixed most of the time. And I like doing that. Being in charge of production, I was kind of voluntold.
Okay.
We needed someone, and I guess I was that someone. And I needed the experience, so it was great. But that was tough. I mean, you're in charge of 40 or 50 people. You got to make 8,000 to 10,000 donuts a day. I mean, it's a big job, and it's a lot of responsibility there. And you got there's a lot of customers you got to try to make happy. So that was pretty stressful, difficult job. And then now doing everything post COVID is just a whole nother challenge.
Yeah.
With trying to get staff and parts and product in. I mean, we're shorted by our suppliers a lot, and we're having to, find ways to get more warehouse space to store more product and find new revenue streams to try to make up for lost sales. And there's a lot of things we've had to do since COVID.
Yeah. I mean, you guys have on Instagram, and, it seems like business is really good. Yeah. So, even changing things. So I'm guessing, a lot of businesses I know had a hard time during COVID, obviously, but then some are like, that may have been a good thing that happened to us or for us.
I feel like in the long run, it'll be a good thing because you learned so much. You had no choice. Just all right, we have to pivot. We have to figure out what we're going to do to survive. And then you just start working hard and figuring it out. And
yeah. And I think it's neat that you have worked in so many different positions too.
Yeah.
To fully understand the entire business. Not every CEO can say, I mean, when I was 13, I did this job.
Yeah. I think that's a huge benefit is that I've done almost everything throughout the business. So it's definitely makes me understand the whole of the business way better. Right. And just a respect level too of nope, Jeff has also done all of these jobs too. And we have a lot of new employees, but a lot of my employees have seen me do some of the nasty cleaning jobs that got missed for whatever reason. I see it. I'm like, are you kidding me? Why?
So whatever. You'll just do it.
I'm like, I'm not going to just some other employee maybe new, didn't know you're supposed to do it, and I'm not gonna make him do it. So I'm on my hands and knees scrubbing something. Like,
sure.
And like, all right, keep this clean from now on.
Wow.
But like, I'm not above that job, and
sure.
And
I think that's like very commendable and respectful that you would be willing to do that too. Yeah. Wow, what a great episode. Thank you so much for joining me. It's always so inspiring sharing these stories. To listen to the full podcast, go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or any of your favorite podcast platforms. Remember to like and subscribe. I would love if you could leave me a 5-star review. This helps us reach and engage with more people. Join me next week, and until then, make the most of your new day.